I was basically that woman back in 2014, kind of unaware of how to really manage my own wealth professionally. Like most people, I went to a good college, got a good job, made money, married, kids. Back in 2014, though, I had just left my third investment management job, just being frustrated for certain reasons. In particular, my boss was kind of ignoring some of my consumer stock recommendations, like buy Lululemon, it's a great stock. But we just didn't do a lot in consumer, so it was hard for him to pivot. So I grew really frustrated, and this is that back in 2014, I really did not know which way to turn. Do I stay home with the babies, or with my children, or do I try and figure out a new path, a new pivot in my career? I worked, as I said, 20 years on Wall Street, hedge funds, investment management world, and I just kind of didn't know where to go. And this actually caused a lot of stress in my life. And I ignored my money, ignored my wealth, and I didn't realize that stress of not knowing which direction to take actually is worse. Like it's actually a greater stress I've ever experienced than when I managed $200 million in New York. And what I discovered, and what later figured out, and Stacey and I then came together and put this presentation together, is that if you don't know where you're going in life or what your dream is, then you just, you get really anxious and stressed. And that's what we realized, is that we really need to make sure that we engage women in what their financial future will look like, so they have a clear path as to where they're going. So I had to do a lot of soul searching back then, and I figured out that I had to pivot. And the one way I figured out that I could best pursue more financial independence and be an entrepreneur was to no longer be a stock picker, but to go back to school basically and become a certified financial planner, which, it's tough when you're doing something like that at age 44, the time I was. But, with life and in general, sometimes we have to decide to grow in different directions. And that was the big aha moment in my life, is that I had stopped growing because I didn't know which way to go.